What's going on, guys? Today's video, I've got my trailer hooked up, my enclosed trailer, and we are headed to potentially pick up a 4-post lift for the shop. So I'm trying to get some things sorted out, work with some companies, but in the meantime, I just need something just so that, two things. One, we're gonna have a lot of vehicles in the shop that we need to store. And second, I need to get a lift just so I can work on the current things that we have going on. So I'm not laying on the floor, I can get a little bit more done. So I found one for a decent price, in decent shape. We're gonna go check it out. Hopefully it checks out and everything looks good. And I'm gonna have to take it apart, which the owner of the lift is aware of that. I'm gonna have to take it apart. They're gonna assist me taking it apart and fit it into our 24-foot enclosed trailer. So we're in the Eco Diesel. I don't know if you guys can see the trailer behind me, but she's attached, we're ripping, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. So I know a lot of people are always asking about the Eco Diesel, how she's doing, how it's towing, you know, how it's working, how it's surviving. I love this thing, you guys. So this thing has been great for me. We've towed this trailer fully loaded, and hopefully you guys can see it there in the mirror. So she's a 24-foot Pace American trailer, and this thing is about I think it's like 32 or 3,300 pounds unloaded. And this truck gets phenomenal fuel economy with this trailer behind us. So I just reset our average mile per gallon so that I could kind of get a better idea, because I was driving around unloaded for a while doing highways. So I want to get an average for you guys on this, but usually just cruising here. I mean, there's nothing in it, but it doesn't change a whole lot with it loaded. I've had that thing absolutely packed to the moon, and I get anywhere between 13 miles per gallon to about 17 miles per gallon with this trailer behind me. So I'll show you guys what the Eco Diesel is going to get towing this trailer behind us. Even though it's empty, it still has a ton of drag on it. It still has a ton of wind resistance on it. So, well, a little delay there. Okay, so this car flipped over and they're gonna let us through, but this is not good, you guys. Hey guys, so we're all loaded up. Show you guys, it's completely dismantled, the 4-post lift in the trailer. So we're gonna rip back. Let me show you everything here, and took a while. Probably took like at least 3 hours to take apart, but she's in here. All right, so it's the next day, and here's the lift. She's all in here, and I think what the plan is gonna be is to take this thing out of here and assemble it here out in front of the shop. Get it assembled here, and then it does have all the casters or whatnot. So then I might want to just wash this thing down, and then I can roll it into the shop. So that's the plan. I think I'm gonna get a couple of buddies, a couple neighbors to give me a hand, but I'm gonna get it all, I guess, situated first, and then go from there. All right, guys, so she is assembled. Thanks again to my neighbors. They know who they are. They came over, helped me out, and got this thing assembled. So got it all back together, and I am going to continue this video because what I want to do next is, it's already dark out, as you can see. I want to wash this thing down, clean it all up, touch up any areas, just like maybe in this area if I want it to be a little bit nicer. Kind of just want to degrease the whole thing, get it clean, since you guys already know everything in the shop looks clean. So clean it up. If you guys are wondering some other stuff, it did come with the wheels, so I can move this thing around, which is super cool. Be able to put this thing wherever we want. Here's the ramps for it. So I've got everything. Not too sure just yet on placement, but once we clean this thing up, I'm probably gonna put it where the Dakota is for now. We'll see how it works out there. I think ultimately, like once we get really situated in here, I think like a 4-post here, a 4-post there, and then a 2-post there. And I think that would be my ideal setup, but obviously we don't have all those other lifts, but I think that's what the ideal placement would be in here. But as always, let me know what you guys think down below, but let's wait till the morning, clean this thing up, and then we'll get it in here and I'll show you guys it in operation. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this thing up, and then we're gonna put the wheels on for the first time. I've never actually seen how that works, but kind of have an idea of how it works. I do have to grease everything. This is a used lift. I think I might have said that, but I think you guys can get that at this point. But I also want to change the hydraulic fluid in it at some point here. It's not leaking or anything, but it just looks pretty dark. But anyways, we're gonna go up. Like I said, she needs to be greased, so she's a little bit groany, but we'll lift it up and then we'll put these wheels on. So the way that this works is there's a pin here and it goes in there, and then once you set the lift back down, it presses up on these here and should put the wheel into the ground and lift the post. Something like this. Alright, so wheels are under, so now we should be able to put this thing down, and it didn't get to the first lock yet, so this thing should technically hit those. And lift it up. I don't know if I gotta put weight on it. It's almost like you need a car on it to get the thing to lift up, but that doesn't make any sense either. Maybe we need a bunch of fat guys on here to get this thing to go down. Oh, actually it is just barely off the ground, but it is. I need to get a little bit more, but it is technically movable right now. Okay, so if I weighed more than 180 pounds, it probably would make it a little easier, but lo and behold, I ended up just throwing a bungee on the release here and just jumping on it like a maniac, like you guys saw. And now we are actually fully suspended and on the wheels. So hopefully, we'll see how hard this is. I'll see if I can pull it out myself, or if we got to hook her up to the John Deere and drag her out. But let me get it out here because I want to degrease and wash this whole thing. All right, let's see how hard this thing is to move. Too bad so far. Oh, real nice, you guys. That really wasn't that bad, so. She rolls pretty easy, boys. Like I said, one-man show right here, and got her out. So let's go ahead and bust out the pressure washer, some degreaser, and make this thing shine. Okay, so lift is all cleaned off. Now I gotta figure out where I wanna put this thing. I just moved the Hellcoda out of the way because if I were to put the lift here, which is kind of where I wanted to put it for now, I wouldn't be able to get the Dakota back out, or I'd have to play a big game. So I just moved it out for now. It's outside. Ideally, I think what like the setup would be is eventually, I think if I had a 4-post on this side and then my 2-post right here, I think that would be the ultimate combo. And then at some point I got to get a storage shed or something just to get all this junk and spare parts and stuff out from here in our workspace. But I'm thinking 4-post here for now, and then I got to figure out how I can reorganize the cars, because the current angle, like when the Dakota was here, that post ends up like right about here. I put a couple tape marks, so that post will be like right here, so you wouldn't be able to drive out. Only other thing I could think of is maybe take the Viper, put it more up against the wall, and then I could probably park the Dakota a little bit more here and maybe be able to squeak through here if I move the front end over on the Viper. I don't know, I haven't come up with any, aesthetically pleasing solution just yet. Like I said, I could put the 4-post there, but then if we put it there, it's going to be kind of jammed in the corner, and the 1-post might come out to here, and then it kind of gets into this workspace. So I don't know. For now, let's roll it in. It's out there right now. I'll roll it in, see how it kind of looks here, and we can hopefully get a better idea. Okay, well I think this setup might work for now, you guys. So I ended up putting the Viper in the corner because I don't drive it as much as I do the Hellcoda, and you guys always want to see more content on the Hellcoda, so that way this is easily accessible, we can get it out and all that stuff. And really, to get this car out is just a matter of taking this out and kind of just doing a little giving myself a little bit more space to get around this post here. So I think this is going to work out. I may shift this over just ever so slightly. I haven't quite decided yet. Give myself a little bit more room on this side, but I'm going to go ahead and set this thing down, and then we can pretty much test it out with the Dakota, the just regular old RT that we're working on. All right, so I moved it back just a little bit, but I think we're gonna try it here for now. So if I haven't already told you guys, it just plugs into regular outlets. It's kind of nice that way, so you can literally use it wherever. And now we're gonna lift it up so that it will put the feet back down. Okay, so here she is, boys. I did put the ramps on the end, and it also has those little drop-in plates for kind of like a tire stop. So I have those. I'm just gonna paint them up a little bit, but there's the ramps. They're on there, so those all working good. And then these two are what I was talking about. So they got like a little bit of surface rust on them, so I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit and just hit them with a little bit of paint just so they freshen up a little bit, and then those drop into the front. Okay, and I don't know if I mentioned just yet, but it did include 2 drip trays or jack trays where you can put a jack in there, jack it up, or they actually have drain holes in the middle. And I'm just freshening everything up with some black paint since it was just a little bit battered a little bit, but coming out looking decent looking. So we'll let that dry. And also in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put grease in the posts, because they haven't been greased in a while, if ever. Not that this is a high use lift or anything, but I want to just get some grease in here on these sliders just so that they're well lubricated. Okay, so we got the good old Dakota on here, and let's see how she goes. All right. So don't worry, I actually operated the lift with the previous owner of the lift's Mustang, and went up good. So only thing I got to make sure is just that the cables are somewhat balanced so that this thing is lifting evenly. It's not like, you know, lifting like this, but that's pretty much it. So let me double check. What I'll do is I'll just throw a tape measure on each one of the bars, make sure they're roughly lifting the same. Seems to be visually appealing, but let me just double check. Okay, it seems pretty good. I measured it, and then also you can see the distance between the first stop and the lock, and all the locks kind of snapped into place around the same time, so you can hear them all click as you go past all the different locking points. But yeah, she's working pretty decent. All right, guys, she's up in there, and we're actually able to get underneath this. So now we have a functioning lift. I am still gonna get a 2-post lift, but at least for now, we've got something to be able to get underneath some of our projects here without having to lay on the floor, which is definitely a blessing. So this thing's rated at, I believe, 8,000 pounds. I gotta find the sticker on it, but that's what the seller told me. And yeah, I'm pretty excited, you guys. So now we finally have a lift in the shop, and we got tons of room still. I gotta end up putting all this stuff back away. I'm gonna be getting a lot of content coming for you guys with this thing here shortly. As you can see, I'm just getting more organized as always. And we got another 5.9 Magnum. I don't know if I told you guys that yet, but probably gonna end up putting that in here. Now I have a lift, so I can kind of make a little bit easier work of different things as far as, you know, taking the transmission off if I have to, or whatever I gotta do. So pretty excited, and now we have a functioning shop. So that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. I just wanted to share with you guys more shop setup. We've got this 4-post lift in here. I still want to get a 2-post, and even if we do end up getting some fancier lifts, I can always shove this one in the front garage, use it as a storage lift, whatever we got to do. But ultimately, I think a 4-post and a 2-post in here, at minimum, maybe 2 4-post lifts would be ideal, because we could use one for storage, use one for things like oil changes and all that kind of stuff, and use it as a functional lift, and then the other one as a storage. But let me know what you guys think below. Let me know if you think there's a floor plan that I'm not thinking of as far as layout, but this will work for now. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys on the next video.